Good morning. This is Josh Hayes with Hedge Plus, and here's today's market monitor. I'd say we can call this week a preview of the market's sensitivity. We didn't really have anything too major weather-wise. We had a head start on planting, so the very wet weather, the flooding in some areas, I think we'll definitely see come next week that planting pace slowed down this week, but we were so far ahead that probably will still almost assuredly still be ahead. But just the slightest hint of a weather issue is going to bring in premium. The dollar has been weak this week, and that's helped things. But the margin of error just isn't there with these with what the USDA gave us. So it's a hopeful sign. It's what we were expecting. We're starting to we had momentum kind of start to slow at the end of the day yesterday. It's carried it overnight. We're down across the board, but I don't think it's something that we're going to be dropping too dramatically. I think we've got good support, raised support from this past week. And it just really boils down to waiting for the next disruption. With these tighter margins, the markets just have to price in risk at the slightest sign of it. And I'd say on the what we're weighing graphic here, that weather can no longer be considered viewed as bearish. We've had rain slowing planting in areas. We've had cool temperatures in other places that are unseasonable. And as we say that, the market's immediately concerned that it might start to get too warm and too dry. Well, after what we've had this past week with rains and cool weather, that should actually be beneficial at first, but then the market immediately gets worried about the rain shutting off. So it just really illustrates how sensitive the market is going to be to any weather. We haven't really had anything extreme yet. Weather conditions are actually improving in China. I think that's been a driving force for wheat. They're cooling off, and there's increasing chance of rain in the areas that need it most. We've also had, in addition to the dollar stabilizing since yesterday and removing one of the driving forces behind these rallies, we've also had some consultancy firms raise forecasts, pretty significant rise in the forecast for the safrinha crop in Brazil, and also a small increase in the wheat crop forecast in Russia. I want to note about ethanol. Production ramped back up this past week. It's something I expected. I started to see people talking about falling behind and potentially not meeting the USDA forecast. To me, it was more seasonal, and as we approach the summer and the driving season, I figured it would ramp up, and that's what we did see this past week. To give you an idea, we had amount of corn used for the previous week was estimated at just over 104.5 million bushels. And to meet the USDA forecast, we basically have to average 100 million bushels. So we're back on pace there, and that is not a surprise to me. Taking a look at weather, soil moisture has improved. That's a definite positive, and that will be something that help you guys going forward. But it did definitely slow planting. I think this just illustrates how what should have been considered a positive and somewhat bearish, because it maybe got a little excessive, it immediately became bullish. It just again illustrates the sensitivity of the market right now. It was definitely too wet. It's still expected to be too wet in the Delta states, Tennessee, River Basin, and parts to basically into the eastern Corn Belt. The western part of the Corn Belt, in many areas, this was welcome rain, but it came with cooler temperatures. So I know here up in Wisconsin, it's been quite cool and rainy for this entire week. And no doubt, just overall, it's slowing things down and taking some of the wind out of the sails of the fast start we got off to this year. In Canada, rain in the prairies, but planting should be able to resume there. In Australia, the southeastern part of the country is getting much needed rain, while other parts remain dry. And big note on China, they're starting to cool off, and they're getting some rain. The cool is definitely helpful, slowing down the spread of drought conditions, and then getting some rain is definitely helping there. I just get the sense overall that in China they've started to turn the corner and have improved there, but no doubt a lot of damage is already done. And I think part of I'd say the near 40 cents we've gained in the past couple of weeks with wheat has to do a lot with what was going on in China. Taking a look at the overnight prices down across the board, like I said, since some momentum was being lost towards the end of the day yesterday, started to see beans pulling back, wheat pulling back well off their highs. And as such, in the past 24 hours, soybeans are down about 3 cents and wheat is down about 6. Corn, while down almost 3 cents overnight, is still up about 2 cents from where we were at this time yesterday. All we're really looking for to close out the week is to hold around these areas. We've had a good week, good gains made this week. Just want to hold these. If we have a day where we have a small setback, it's not the end of the world. We expect things to be really quiet going into the holiday weekend. So as long as we at least hold these near these levels here, great. Even better if we bounce higher during the day trade today. That's all for today. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you.